Hello and welcome back to my F1 Driver Career Mode for Season 1 Round 6 with 101 AI at the Canadian Grand Prix. As in the R&D chart, we have run big upgrades to improve us, and McLaren have heavily caught Red Bull.
Montreal is not only the second largest French-speaking city in the world, but it's home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. The name Villeneuve looms large over this one, but who can write their own legends today? It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Ocon, Bottas, the rookie, Albon, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Sargent, Ricciardo, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
And for the strategy for the race, the game recommends a one-stop, mediums to hards, which is kind of good, but I'm still used to the F1 Manager window, so I'm trying to decide on the tire wheel. I'll do a quick check for sauce, but that obviously won't work. And then I reduce my fuel down to just oval, a lap extra fuel. I don't know why the game was giving me so much extra fuel. And for the starting position, it's a 1-2 for Red Bull, then McLaren, then Leclerc, Hamilton, and Russell, then both Aston Martins. Then Alpine in the top 10. Me and Bottas qualified really similarly, and Sainz had a grip penalty. And on the formation lap, I noticed a weird visual glitch with the Williams of Albon, which actually occurred on Sargent 2, that it just didn't load some of the stuff, which is definitely a bit weird. I don't know why the team decided to do that.
And for the highlights of the race, starting from 14th, it's 5 red lights out, and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a good start from the Mercedes as we have a pit manager as the Williams of Albon is dive bombing us as we're 3 wide with our teammate 2 into turn 1 into 2. It's a very long slow-mo shot as we cannot get our teammate as the back end lags a lot on the exit and we are behind the Williams. But we dive back down the inside into the next chicane to get back ahead. So on to lap 8 as Piastri is coming to attack us as he hits us and we're into the wall as we do collide, which takes us all the way out of the points which we were in, all the way behind Sainz, and Piastri himself is now under massive pressure from Hulkenberg as we go onto the grass trying to defend the position, but our tires are shot at this point and we lose a position as we have more of the steel. So wrestling the car onto the straight as now it's heavily chaotic with Sargent attacking us. As there's a small lockup, but we have to cut the chicane and we drift through the final corner. And on to lap 9, we have not been doing well. The back end's been super waggy as Ricciardo now gets past us. But we come back on him into the chicane and almost spin the car into the wall as Ricciardo goes past. And Sargent is diving down our inside. And we dive it right back down his inside as we still side by side, but the back end stepping out even on the streets as we go back down the inside into the chicane to get back ahead. As on lap 11, we had just come out from the pits to undercut everybody as we get really close to the wall. The replay doesn't show it, but we got back up into 13th position, where we just were battling, staying ahead of everybody. So you could see here, it didn't show it.
And for the results of the race, Verstappen won by 8 seconds, and Perez got a podium and a nice result for Mercedes, with Alonso also up there and good points for Alpine. Bottas unfortunately finished just outside the points, and I recovered to P13 with an amazing defending job. And I completed 3 out of 4 of the in-race objectives, and 1 of them were aborted, and I completed 2 out of 4 of the specialist goals.
And as you see, my driver performance graph going up as always, which is really good. Recognition still balanced, which is pretty nice. And then the accolades, now race starts went up, and that's about it from this race weekend, but it's still gonna take a hot minute to get any accolades. And in the rivals, we have big news as I have a new rivalry for championship with Lance Stroll, which I need 7 more points to win because it is forced to 25 points. And in my teammate, I am still winning 3v1, but Bottas did finish ahead, which ties us on race results. But as you saw, he finished sadly just outside the points. So my individual rating graphs goes up as my focus seems to have flatlined a little bit in the weekend. And in the R&D you could see, again, we're pretty balanced, and in progress I have an EOS system and a fuel efficiency upgrades. And Bottas has none, which is really great. And then in terms of the standing, Max Verstappen is still absolutely running away with the championship, as Leclerc and Perez are tied for second. Alonso not too far away from them, as both McLarens both scored 0 points, so they're still tied at 51 points, as there's another tie below them for 40 points for 7th and 8th, and Russell has closed up with his teammate, as there's Stroll just below us in the standings. As we go down, and there's not really a lot of movement in the bottom. And in the Constructors' Championship, it's just Red Bull running away, and Ferrari and McLaren really close for second. Same thing with Mercedes and Aston Martin are also really close together in 4th and 5th, but not too far behind 2nd and 3rd, so they might be able to join that gap, especially Mercedes. As for us, we stay at 22 points, but RB seems to be catching us, which is not a good sign, and Alpine is up to 7 points, as Williams still with 1 and Haas still with 0. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to let me know by liking the video, and if you want to see more content on the channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell for future notifications. I've actually recently started streaming Super Mario Odyssey. You could rewatch the streams in the live page, and yeah, maybe you could catch one of those streams. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys later.